I ordered these on Amazon. They were the #1 selling. I tried this once before, at least more than 6 months ago, and I ordered more like the cheap version. Not that these were really that expensive. So I'm going to give this a go. Actually, I forgot I wanted to put a headband on. Okay. So I have a mirror I'm holding so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better than just in the camera. I've watched people do this before. I know I have like kind of blonde hair everywhere. Maybe that's pretty much what Caucasian people have. So I'm just gonna start here, not too close to my eye. I do have some coconut oil on my face, actually. I just thought about that. This is, let me see if you can see it. This is what I just got off in that little bit. I'm gonna sweep later. I really didn't like the idea of doing this at first because, I mean, I've always kind of thought about everything, actually, too much so, but, well, if it's, if God made it this way, then why would we want to? Of course, I don't believe that about everything because I put makeup on and I don't think anything's wrong with it. So there isn't anything wrong with it, of course, but, I guess my only fear is that the hair will come back thicker and more resilient and more like man's, facial hair, and I wouldn't want that. So I think that's maybe one reason that I would have been hesitant. And then it's also like, well, yeah, I mean, I shave my legs and I shave my armpits, but like, if you start, I know they call it dermaplaning, but let's be real, it's shaving. So if you start shaving your face and you shave your legs, and I think my daughter tried shaving her arms, which I'm like, no, don't do that. But at what point do you just start, I guess some people do get waxed or, shave everywhere and that kind of thing. Well, I guess that seems kind of silly to me because, I mean, kind of back to the nature of things. Like if we don't need any hair except for on our head or our eyebrows, then like, why is it there? But anyway. Oh. I guess I have quite the mustache, but it's just blonde. My eyebrows are naturally light too, but I use waterproof mascara, and it's like this Asian stuff, and it kind of lasts the second day through a shower and everything, so that's what's on there right now. But I also do dye my eyebrows and eyelashes black. I would have thought black would have been too harsh, but the brown dye just doesn't last, and the black does, and it looks brown. So, and I used to not do that, but if I don't color my eyebrows, I just have they're just not noticeable at all. So I think the benefit of trying to do the dermaplane is when you go to put your makeup on, like foundation and things like that you're working with more of a smooth palette, if you will. I have the tiniest bit of blush on right now, but like I said, yesterday's mascara that made it through me washing my face multiple times. I do have a pimple here that was had to fiddle with recently. I don't usually get them, but I think it was all the stress of like the custody stuff that's going on and all of that in the last couple of weeks. I will say what's above my lip, I'm feeling like I need to go back a second time. I might not have like gone like this enough to like get it as close as it could be. To me, I haven't tried it yet, but I might try it next time. To me, I almost wonder just like shaving your legs works better when you're in the shower. I wouldn't want to do this in the shower, but just maybe dampening my face first, to me, would maybe seem like it might be a better overall experience, maybe closer. So yeah, I think the reason I was hesitant to kind of follow I'm not really much of a follower, but as far as when this became super popular, I'm like, no, why would I want to do that? But I do have a lot of blonde hair through here. A lot. I was waiting for this tool to come today, but a different tool came that I used. I cut my own hair and I thin out my own wigs, and I bought a different tool here on Amazon, of course. And I haven't used it on the wigs yet, or on my hair, because my hair is short and I'm trying to grow it out, which is why I'm wearing wigs more often, but I did use it to like clean up through here. And yeah, last night I used it in this area here and here because I noticed, which is why I ordered these, the Dermaplane tool for your face, because I had noticed recently that I had like a ton of hair through here, but it was blonde, really, really blonde, and not like my hairline naturally goes back. It was like all through here. It was like kind of a lot. So I guess it would have been better if I'd gotten that today, but I did it last night because I had the tool, like being impatient not for this tool to come in. And then I've seen people kind of work from the top of the forehead down to like right above the eyebrow. I think it'll just take, finishing it. And I'm not gonna put makeup on this evening. It's like around 7 right now, but I'm just gonna, test it out and see if I like it better for putting on foundation. And honestly, I have pretty clear skin, except for this. I don't usually really, like on a day-to-day, I don't really wear makeup. But when I go out, I do. Like when I go out, more than just to the park. The grocery store, even though I've often thought, you put a lot more effort into when you go out to karaoke or something, how you look, but you might meet someone at the grocery store or at the park, and then you won't be looking your best. You'll be looking, I don't think I look bad, but it's kind of funny how we have, ideas of what we think we should put more effort into. Oh, I'm gonna go this, I'm gonna go there. Let me make sure I do this and that. But then, I think at karaoke, no one's asked me out. There's some older guys who are, I prefer to have my age range be of who I want to date be in like within 10 years either way. And there's some guys that are like, I don't know, 63 and one of them's 70, and I'm like, oh no. I don't see y'all like that. Like, I can't really see y'all like that. And I also don't think it's fair. Of course people can marry whoever they want, but for me, it's not really fair to unless you want to marry someone who's 20 years older. Oof, that's a lot. See if I can get this in the, that was quite a bit. Wow, it's kind of blonde, if you can tell. It almost looks like the way you might find cat hair or something. But back to what I was saying, to me, I want to enjoy preferably 25 years. I've always kind of had in mind since I left my still spouse, but almost ex. 2.5 years ago, I've always thought, like, okay, we've been married technically 27 years now, but the marriage length of when we were at least together is 25 years, 27 years of technicality. But it's like, I want that many years with somebody else. And of course, we don't know how long we'll live, and we don't know if we'll die early or, but preferably, I really would not see myself marrying someone who's, even 10 years older, I think. Especially now, like when you're not in your 20s and you're not in your 30s, like being 45, I'll be 46 this month on the 22nd. So it's like, if I marry somebody who's, let's say they're 55, 10 years older, let's add 15 years to that. So that puts them at 70. That really sounds old. I'm telling on myself, but I don't know. I just feel like as we are older, like middle age and getting older, those years have a lot of difference of what they can hold. Someone can be in good shape. The man who is my karaoke friend who's 70, I was very surprised. Hi, Greg. I was very surprised to, I'm not saying Greg really likes me. Shh, I'm just saying he compliments my attractiveness, but I had no idea he was 70. Like, I'm like, you look good for 70, I'll give you that. But yeah, I'm not interested in dating somebody who's even like, if I vibed with them and they were really something special, like, I don't mean looks, I mean more like personality. They would still have to look good, but I'll be a little bit telling on myself. I am not really too vain of a person, but I feel like, someone needs to look good to me at least. Likewise, a lot of people don't think I'm scratching up my leg because I'm making that sound, but plenty of people who don't think I'm attractive, and that's great. I'm not for them, but I think there are plenty of people who do think I'm attractive. I really was kind of holding out for this one person that I really just immediately had like strong vibes and strong, you know, something, and actually started believing in like a twin flame connection, which I'm really not held to those kind of beliefs. But and I am still, you know, technically not available for dating, but even in like getting to know each other, having conversations, and you know, all of that, you know, this person, this man, you know, he hasn't put forth not one drop of effort or expressing anything, you know, confirming or denying. I think confirming that he does feel like something, just more like a felt something, or that he doesn't. I think even for him just to be honest, if it would be a negative, like that would have been something. But now that however many months it's been, probably at least 4, that he hasn't even responded to anything, I'm like, no, that's not cool. I'm not digging that. And you know, I know that I was kind of making an exception for him because I felt like maybe he wasn't where I am spiritually. Maybe he hasn't gone through like the transformation yet that, in fact, I know he hadn't. I don't know, I haven't talked to him in a while. But I kind of knew he needed to get himself together in more of a spiritual way. I mean, it's religious, but that's not what I mean. But I have known for a while that, you know, when a man really is like somebody you should even set aside time for or have your thoughts going to him or anything, then it should be that there's no question. You don't have to even wonder like, does this person like me? But it's kind of funny, these guys at karaoke that I'm not interested in are always telling me how good I look, or you know, I mean, they're being respectful. They're not being ugly. But you know, it's like, well, I know how they feel, but then this other person, it was like just too much for him to say how he felt or didn't. I can take a no. So yeah, I think recently it's kind of been cycles in my mind, at least. It's been cycles of kind of holding out hope for like, well, you know, I know it took me quite a while to go through like a transformation spiritually, and it wasn't like an overnight thing, and wanting to have patience and hold out for someone, and kind of being able to see maybe what, without knowing exactly the ins and outs, knowing enough, and just being kind of psychic like I am, like to know that he has a lot of transformation he needed to go through still, and a lot of purging of people in his life that probably weren't really beneficial to him truly, but perhaps people he had known for a long time. We can just get comfortable in cycles. So I think now I'm to the place of, you know, there still is maybe 15 or 20% hope. Like it would have to be something that would happen soon, some kind of, you know, effort, real effort and vulnerability on his part. Otherwise, I am just going to completely close that door that I on my end had open, and he apparently didn't open. If you want to think of like, you know, when you go to like a certain restaurant, they have like 2 sets of doors, you know, if you want to think I'm on the outside and he's on the inside of the restaurant, and there's that little, like Golden Corral's like that, right? Or not Golden Corral, what is it? Cracker Barrel is what I'm thinking of. Golden Corral I don't think is like that, I don't go there, but Cracker Barrel, you know, has that in between, so you can kind of hang out and not be getting rained on if you're waiting for a ride, but you're not exactly in the lobby. So, you know, it's like I've had my door open to the possibility of this person like becoming my friend, and you know, I'm all about doing things the right way as far as like, you know, I am married, and I've been the faithful spouse, not the unfaithful spouse, but you know, at the same time, I've had the door open to even just the possibility of getting to know this person and have shared how I feel, and his neither confirmation or denial is just something, and I have called him out on it, and he still hasn't. He's still kind of acted like, almost like he didn't even understand what I was saying. But I think it's just the fact that he just keeps wearing a mask with me and just in his life in general. It's a turnoff, and I did feel something more than I have ever felt for somebody, and that's really saying something because I'm not like 15 or 18, right? But you know, I don't know what the reason would be for, like, I have kind of started to believe in soulmates, twin flame, and this whole idea of it just being one person. I really still don't hold to that. So, you know, I'm the type of person that is, my face kind of face for me, but, you know, I never would have thought I was going to make this video starting out with the with the, what is it called, dermaplane, and then like start talking about something more serious. But go figure, because you know what, the vanity stuff is just not really, I mean, I do like to do things to make myself look prettier or feel good, but that's just not where my heart is like so much more on like the depth of things, you know. So I think that I'm drawing a boundary. I've drawn some boundaries, but I'm drawing a boundary for myself, for my own well-being, because I gotta look out for me, no one else is, right? We each have to look out for ourselves. And it's like, you know, if you're not willing to even say whether you have a thing for me, feel something, feel a spark, or interested, you know, even if you're not maybe ready to come forward and say like, I want you to be my girlfriend, or I see me and you spending our lives together, or something like a commitment, like even just to say, you know, yeah, I feel something too, or no, I don't see you like that. Just like these other guys that are like, you know, 63 and 70, these karaoke friends, right? They're just associates. We don't know each other that well, but like I'm nice. I told them right off the bat, like, no, I don't see you like that. And you know, I guess I could have chosen to be more like lead them on almost, like by not confirming or denying. But especially if they've shown interest in me, it's more fair to let them know, no, I really don't see y'all like that. I just really, y'all, for me, y'all are just a little bit too old. Thanks, you know, appreciate the compliments, you know, thanks for tapping me up there, appreciate that, you know. And so I think I've always known, since I've healed, I've always known, like, if someone's interested in you, then it's not going to be a guessing game. It's not going to be like, oh, I wonder if he likes me, or oh, I wonder if this, I wonder if that. Like, I think kind of like just like your actions matching. Like, in other words, if someone really like wanted to have me in their life, then they're not going to leave me wondering and feeling almost like feeling rejected. Like, you know, I want someone who isn't 70 but who chooses me, someone who sees my value, someone who, you know, yeah, thinks I'm beautiful and inside and out, sees how smart I am, you know, has possibly a similar outgoing kind of driven personality like I do. You know, maybe he's really into R&B or singing, those kind of things. Wouldn't have to be, but having some similarities, of course, would be good. But you know, I just feel like I can hardly imagine treating anybody the way that this person has treated me. Most of it is just a lack of positive treatment. It isn't that the person has like done something despicable or rude, or well, maybe a little rude by not answering, but you know, it's more what's not done and what's not confirmed, what's not said, that it is still a rejection. So you know, it is what it is. But I think having personal boundaries and just, you know, realizing this person, even if I felt like all kinds of stuff, and really, I mean, synchronicities, all kinds of stuff that have never even happened to me before, which kind of got me looking into like soulmates and even just maybe believing that's real, possibly. But you know, it is not worth like the turmoil in my mind of wondering and months go by. It's like So anyway, I know he watches my page. I see when I get my weekly you know, analytics, it has a picture of people who are like top viewers, and he's always a top viewer. So I mean, I know every week that he's on my YouTube channel watching, but you know, it just is what it is.